Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird back with a new Steel Division 2 cast for you today. We're in the second match of the best of three between Tunike and Sehandur. If you didn't check out the first game, make sure you go and check that game out because that was a fantastic game. I don't think we could tell the result of that game until about the last 20-30 seconds in the game, so what a fantastic finish it was to that game. Do not miss it, definitely worth a watch. But this is game 2 of this matchup in the best of 3. Let's have a look at the two players' decks. So Tunike on the left hand side in blue, playing the Pansari Divisioner. So Tunike's goes by the name of Tunike and Steven Seagal, so I may interchange between during this cast. Just so you're aware of that. Let's have a look at Pansari Divisioner. I don't think we've seen this many times. It's one of the new divisions in the Fate of Finland patch. He's playing them on Flatline Income. So we have the double snipers in the recon tab in B phase. Interesting, not in A phase. And they come with the 2 sniper rifles. They can be very powerful. Lots of Jakari. Fantastic infantry. But in terms of total numbers of infantry, 81. We'll see how Sehandur's infantry fares, but I don't think 81's a lot, really. But it is good infantry. It is good infantry. Tank-wise, well, we've got T26Es on one end of the scale, and then the other end of the scale is T3485s, and a hell of a lot in between. Those T26Es and the T26Bs, though, they are only 10 and 15 points apiece, so they can be used effectively when they're in groups. I guess the biggest boy on the battlefield for the Pansari will be the ISU 152. One of them coming out in A phase. I think Tunike's going to look to use his Air Force. I think that's why he's picked Pansari Divisioner, because we're on Slutsk. It's a pretty open, lots of open ground, so I'm kind of not sure why he hadn't opted for one of the, you know, standard Axis armoured divisions like the 5th Panzer, like the 5th SS Panzer, you know, or even, you know, the Fallschirm Panzer Hermann Göring. The thing is, there will have been some bans. Sehandur will have banned some divisions, probably 21st Panzer for one, for sure. There will have been some bans, but with the Axis side, you can't ban all of their armoured divisions, so there is definitely other options for Tunike. So I think he's going to concentrate on using his Air Force, the Dornier 17 in B phase, 4 of them, the 4 Blenheims in A phase, the 3 Ju-85s, the Me-109 G6 BR-21s. He's going to want to use that Air Force. I think that's the reason he's picked Pansari Divisioner instead of a different Axis armoured division. Let's have a look at who he's going to be up against. So it's Sehandur on the right hand side in red, and he's playing the 78 Sturm. Oh dear. Tunike's going to be in trouble right from the start. 78 Sturm considered, you know, one of the 2 top divisions in this game. 78 Sturm and 3rd Guards Tank Corps for the Allies. Those 2 kind of hold the mantle of the top 2 divisions in this game, and they're almost automatic bans. I'm not sure why the 78 Sturm wasn't banned as a division by Tunike. I guess the map is Slutsk. He just may have forgotten about them. He may have banned those Axis armoured divisions and forgotten to ban 78 Sturm. It's hard to say, but let's have a look at this deck, and it's very interesting. No recon units, and the more interesting thing, no air units whatsoever. No air units at all. So that is kind of interesting because we are in a meta where air units are used much more frequently than previously in this game. All of the bombers have been reduced in price, or pretty much all the bombers have been reduced in price, and the fighters are a little bit bugged right now, so the fighter pathing isn't what it should be. coupled with that, AA got recently nerfed, and you know that means that the air meta is probably the strongest it's ever been since in beta, when it was more of a strafing meta where the fighters could strafe things. The fighters can't strafe things anymore, but bombers are very good units right now, so it's very surprising to see no air in whatsoever. The game is underway, so we're going to have to move into the game, but I think you all know what's there with the 78 Sturm. It is pretty much infantry, just the top end German division when it comes to infantry. They have the Glide Pioneers, they have the Glide Grenadiers, they have the infantry they need, 2-star Schutzen. Things are going to be difficult. The Sturm Schutzen with those 13 MP44s, they are fantastic units. Things are going to be difficult for Tunike. Let's recap. Oh, actually, let's just concentrate on this push in the south before we recap, because Sehandur's pushing forwards with Schutzen. Oh, they do get taken out. I think the Ersatztruppen will go down before they make it into that compound, especially with the T26Es coming up behind, the ISU 152, the T34 85. I think they will go down. We have an early Blenheim into the field, and this is what Tunike's going to use, I think, to try and take down the infantry, his air force. That's going to be the main attack for him. So let's recap. On the left hand side in blue, we have Tunike, aka Steven Seagull, playing Pansari Divisioner on flatline income. On the right hand side in red, we have Sehandur playing the 78 Sturm on flatline income. Division wise, I think you've got to give this to the 78 Sturm. It is probably, well, it is at this time known as the top two, known as one of the top 2 divisions in the game. But I think some of the units have become a little bit more expensive since the tier list was put together, so I think they will still be up there. I'm going to do a new tier list very soon, so look out for it, as we see air attacks about to rain down on the Sturm. But yeah, I think some of their units have become more expensive since the original tier list is done. I think it will still be a top tier division. I think it will still be an S tier division, but whether it's quite as good as it was, I think one of the problems is they're automatically banned pretty much every map by every player, so you don't get to see them in action too often. So maybe this game will kind of help inform, you know, how well the 78 Sturm are doing right now, especially in a new meta. This is now the air meta is back, and I'm kind of glad it does freshen up the game having new metas. The air meta is definitely back at the moment. I think it will be much better once the fighters are fixed, the fighter pathing is fixed, because then we can see, you know, how good fighters are, because right now fighters are struggling. So once they are fixed, you know, that will bring the air meta a bit more into balance. So it'll be interesting to see how Sturm do, and at the moment looks like Tunike pressing forwards in the centre with a lot of units, and actually the south is really weak. I think the issue is Sehandur's units are costly. You know, Schutzen are 35 points, Sturm Schutzen 40 points. That's all he's got on the field for now. You know, Pack 40s 60 points. Ersatztruppen are cheap. They're 15, but they're the cheapest he's got, and they are going to wither under sustained enemy fire. Previously, I think when we did the tier list, the Sturm Schutzen and Schutzen were a little bit cheaper than what they are now. So some of the expense on that infantry does mean that 78 Sturm perhaps can't flood the field with units, but the units they have are absolutely fantastic. The Flak 43 here is taking fire from these T26Es and the T3485. It's soon to be joined by the ISU. Down it goes. It's going to be important for Tunike to destroy those anti-air units if he wants to continue with his bombing strikes. He's doing them very effective right now. 13-11 to Sehandur. He's picked up an early lead. Let's see whether he can exploit this. Down in the south, oh, it's strange to see a martyr in, but down in the south he could definitely push down here, but I mean, he's happy to just hold these 2 flags and concentrate his push kind of in the northern centre. Down goes a Blenheim to the Flak 43. So the Flak 43s are strong right now, no doubt about it. Well, it is a 2-star as well, remember. 2-star Flak 43, but they are strong. Looks like the Schutzen are going to get in range to throw their grenades and destroy the T-26. That gives Sehandur the top of this map, and he's established complete control in the center. So those infantry units, they're just fantastic units. Infantry on infantry, I don't think you're ever going to beat the 78 Sturm. Tunike has to use a different kind of attack. He has to take out those infantry units from the skies, or potentially with artillery. He does have some mortars, or he has limited artillery really. He has some mortars and some B-phase artillery, but not a lot. Not a lot. So he's going to be utterly reliant on the Air Force. Utterly reliant. As long as he can control the skies, he will be okay. But the Flak 43 there, what a fantastic unit. I think it may well be better than the Flakvillings right now. The Flakvillings did receive a nerf, which is what I was talking about earlier with the rebalancing of the meta. You know, AA got nerfed. The Flakvillings were one of those units that got nerfed fairly decently. So the Flak 43, I think, is now possibly one of the best AA units in the game. Let's see this Ju-87 D5 pushing forwards. The Flak 43 has lost its veterancy. The Pioneer Führer did push forwards, but the Ju-87 is forced back and is shot down by that one Flak 43. Let's see, does Sehandur have more AA in his deck in A phase? He has 3 Flak 43s. We've seen one go down, but that B phase Flak 43, 6 of them, that B phase card, I think that is going to cause Tunike a hell of a lot of trouble. So Sehandur has a 13-11 now, having taken control of the northern side. Can Tunike hold? I think he needs to maybe switch his attack. Sehandur bringing in some Ersatz-Truppen to start covering off this southern side of Stug 3G as well. I think he realizes he's weak down here. He holds the north. He's put a lot into pushing back in the center, and that's starting to pay off for him. The T-26s have gone down. There's just one T-34-85 that's a major threat. It's not firing on the Stugs at present. Oh, I think it is now. It is now. Should pick up kills against those Stugs. At that kind of distance, should definitely pick up kills against the Stugs. The APCR is turned off, so he is using AP shells. 145 mils of penetration should get penetrating hits. The ISU as well is coming back into play. The Marder is the bigger threat here. The Marder can penetrate. If I was Tunike, I would concentrate the fire onto the Marder, but you got to remember he's probably microing a lot of different places, especially the infantry right now in this little town, so he's probably not noticed the Marders firing on that T-34-85, because the Marders are the bigger threat. They have the higher penetration with those APCR shells. He has to concentrate on destroying those Marders, and then he can pick off the Stugs. But he's had to back off the T-34-85. He's going to have to back off that ISU as well. A lot of suppression come from those Marders, and he wasn't getting the hits. Amazing. Those Marders have done a fantastic job keeping back the armor for now. But Tunike has made a sustained push in the center field, and actually Sehandur, down goes one of the Marders. Sehandur has neglected his center. I think he's been strengthening his southern side, which is a good move. He's brought in a lot of armor, but he has neglected his center. He is rushing in reinforcements, but will they get there before Tunike does? The Panzervernichtungen do take a shot down the road at that KLMI, but will go down to the combined fire of all the other units around. Gun jam onto the T-34-85. Big critical. That one's going to have to head back for repairs. No point leaving that on the front. And I think a T-34-85 you will want to fix up. Some tanks like the T-34-76s, if they get gun jammed, you're not going to use a supply truck on its own. You're not going to call in a supply truck on its own to fix up that tank. But a T-34-85, when you're playing the Panzeri Divisiona, they're probably one of the best tanks you get, so you are going to want to fix that one up. So the Stugs and the Martyrs have done just a wonderful job pushing back his infantry. Yeah, in comes the forward AA supply truck to fix up that T-34-85. The is that the... That's the leader. The leader unit is in to help out, but I think he's too far away from the cavalry to up-vet that cavalry, and a lot of the infantry's gone down now. I think the cavalry can stand up to the Ersatztruppen. I think I would want the supporting fire from my leader and at least the up-vet and the other cavalry getting involved as well, but that position looks like it could come under significant pressure very shortly. Sehandur did manage to get the Ersatztruppen into the main city in time, but Steven Seagal, the Nostovaki are coming in. I want to know because, as we watch two Bledin Mark 4s head into the battlefield, the Flak 43s are starting to engage. They could actually fall these back before they get the bombs off. They're heading for the vehicles. At least one of them is forced back. The other one does actually unleash its payload, but I think it's probably fairly weak accuracy. Yeah, nothing on target due to the suppression of those flat guns. I guess another big reason why the 78 Sturm are so strong at the moment, those Flak 43s have become the #1 AA gun in the game, and they have them in spades. Oh, down goes the supply truck. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That's a major loss. I think it was this Stug all the way back here. I mean, oh no, it may have been the Stug 3G here. That was a big kill because those supply trucks, they're not cheap, but not only that, it means he has to now buy another one to fix up the 76 and 85 in this area. Wow. Oh, the Ju-87D5 did pick up the Stug kill down on the south. I think the Stug will have pushed forward, taking out the T-26 that was down here. The Nostovaki should recover this flag. One thing I wanted to talk about just before I got distracted by the Blenheim strikes was the number of infantry in Sehandur's deck. So he's got 85 units, but they are really fantastic units. The only poor unit in this is the Ersatztruppen. Whereas Tunike's got about the same actually, 81 units. All of his units are really good units. The Nostovaki, they're still decent. They're a bit better than the Ersatztruppen. So yeah, actually, I was expecting the 78 Sturm to have a lot more infantry, but I guess they have to sacrifice the numbers for those elite infantry squads. So yeah, I was going to say that at this rate, I think that Tunike was losing more infantry than Sehandur, but actually, given Sehandur's lowish numbers, I think it's probably fairly even. Sturmy leader does get forced back, crew panicked by the Pack 40 on the southern side. In comes a Blenheim to target that Pack 40, yeah. But there is a Flak 43 right behind. Let's see how this fares, because there's only one, it is 1 star. Doesn't force it back before the... But it does shoot it down. Wow, look at that. 1 star Flak 43 shoots down a Blenheim. It does kill both the IG and Pack 40 in there, so I think that's an okay trade. But at the same time, a 1-star Flak 43. Wow, those Flak 43s so strong, so strong. I feel like a slight rebalance on those Flak 43s might be needed, because that is by and far much stronger than a lot of other AA right now. I don't think a single Flakveling at 1-star vet would have shot down that Blenheim. But Tunike, it does give him area to push forwards here. The Pack 40 has gone down. The IG went down, but another 2 Pack 40s coming in, so he didn't have immediate troops to follow up that attack, and has lost the position for now. He does regain the southern flag. The Nostivaki are going to take out the Erzatz Trooper. It's just as long as they don't get hit by the Pack 40, because this thing does have HE shells, so if it moves forwards, it could start to fire on that position. Tunike has pushed himself almost all the way up to the center part of this town. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts concentrating on the northern area. Sehandur has the 1311. He's sneaking this northern flag all the way up here. Oh, Tunike has noticed that, pushed forwards, and will recover that flag for now. I don't know whether he's going to be able to sustain that hold. Brings it back to a 12-12, so a very tight game. We are 16 minutes into this game. Both players are on flatline income, so neither player has any kind of income advantage. The supply truck does come in, fix up that T-34-85, and obviously replenishes ammunition for all of the tanks in the vicinity. I think this kind of fire from all of these tanks onto this city has really allowed Tunike to push forwards with his Nostivaki, because infantry against infantry, they're a much worse squad, so they need the extra fire support, and that's what Tunike has been doing incredibly well in this game. More Nostivaki into the center. He has captured this flag here. He did lose the southern position, or the southern central position. In comes another Blenheim Mark 4, but the Flak 43 shot one down. Will it shoot this one down as well? Yes! Yes, it does! I mean, wow. Wow. Crew panic onto the Sturmy K-Pow, probably from the Stug 3G. Oh, no, there is a Flak 43 back here. So that thing can take on absolutely everything Tunike has to throw at him. And it's in a decent position here, covering the advance from this position and the advance down into the city from this position. At least one squad of infantry is bound to get wiped out here. Yeah, down it goes instantly. The other 2 squads do unload, but that thing has HE shells as well. Although he has got those HE shells turned off, so that is... Sandor's only using that against armor. Wow, a little push in the north, and Sehandur looks like he may pick up another flag here. I mean, who looks to be in a better position right now? I think Tunike has got such a great hold in this central area, but this northern position is so strong. Tunike has to concentrate on this north. He has to do that. If he's going to get back into this game, if he's going to win this game, you know, he's got to concentrate on the north. At the moment, he is down. He's 13-11 down. He's also down on tickets. And the Ju-87 may also be down if this Flak 43 continues its killing spree. I think the reason that I'm talking about how strong these Flak 43s are is because AA got nerfed. Because you could stick one AA piece into a position and that cover the entire... Look how far this thing covers. So what's the range? 2,500 meters. So this thing is covering half of the map right now. Just one AA piece. This one in the north covers probably 2,500, probably to around about here. This one in the south covers to probably around about here. So these 2 flak guns are covering the entire map, and this is the reason why AA got nerfed, because you could afford to bring in 2 AA pieces and it cover the entire map. At 80 points a piece, that's 160 points to cover the entire map with AA. That's why AA got changed. And that's why these Flak 43s are so strong right now. Tunike has brought in the artillery, those heavy howitzers, the SFH-18s, and is now targeting this southern Flak 43, but it's going to take him a while to destroy. He needs a direct hit, and I'm not sure he has a radio up there. It doesn't look like he has a radio. He has the leader, but it's just too far away. I think the radio probably extends to around about here. So the artillery fire is very inaccurate right now. Sehandur still has the 1311. Tunike concentrating more on this northern side now. But Sehandur is pushing back in the centre. And Tunike is starting to look weak in there. A lot of his infantry has gone down. We are just into C phase, so he will have his C phase cards available to him. Tunike has recaptured these two flags down here though. Wow. This is quite a tight game between these two players. Tunike now has the 1311. He's recaptured the north. And he is now reconcentrating in the centre. So Tunike, I think, maybe got off to a worse start with his initial units, but because yeah, he completely lost the north. He was pushed back to around about here. But he has pushed Sehandur back throughout this game. It's a tough one to tell who's going to win out right now. I think both sides probably have a roundabout equal number of units. I think Tunike has more on the field, but remember, Sehandur's units generally cost more and are on the whole better units. Finally, the Flak 43 down south has been pinned down. Don't know whether he can see that with the infantry. I think he must be able to see the AA because the targeting is spot on here. So I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, I was about to say I'm kind of surprised there isn't an air attack coming in right now. But here it comes. Because that flak gun has been pinned down, it can't fire. So perfect time for a Ju-87 strike. The Ju-87D5 strike has been reallocated onto the Stug 3G. Will it get the kill? Yes, it does. And then we follow in for the kill onto the AA unit. Lovely little double strike there. 1-2 knockout with the Ju-87s. Perfect. Stuka play. Fantastic to watch. The infantry start to push forward, but there is a Pak 40 there. And it does have those HE shells. Looks like Sturmies, Stugs. I was going to say they're on the way, but they're on the way to the centre. The Blenheim does now target onto that Pak 40 once it's been spotted. But here we go. Another Flak 43 just rumbles in to take its place, and that will replace all of the air cover on the southern half of this map. Oh, that Blenheim misses. And that was a poor strike. I'm not sure whether that was a poor targeting or what happened there, but completely missed target. Oh, it looks like we've got a lot of T-26s coming in. Another Ju-87 heads in to take down that Stug 3, but the Flak 43 is back. I'm going to predict this Ju-87 is going to get shot down. We'll see whether that prediction comes true. It is back. It is 1 star once again. Will it get the kill? Oh, I think this time it doesn't see the plane quite as early. I think here, where it's out in the open, it could see the plane much earlier. So that thing will survive. And it does actually turn away now. Doesn't go through with the strike. So yeah, I think Sehandur, he had it placed here earlier. So because it had this line of sight through the field to this kind of position, it could see the planes come in much earlier. So that is one change with his positioning. But in comes a Flak 41 88mm. Just to hold on to that position. Pack 40 still a big threat once these tanks move forwards. The Sturmies covering the hill, so they're not moving forwards yet. The Stugs, sorry, I keep calling them Sturmies, but they are just Stugs. And let's have a look at the model actually, because they are interesting. So these are the finished Stugs, and they've got the logs on the side for added protection, and I think the front as well was reinforced with concrete, I think, to provide more protection than the standard Stug 3? Than the standard Stug 3. Doesn't have the side skirts though. I imagine that's because of the territory that was in Finland, that they took the side skirts off. Here's the standard Stug 3. Side skirts. No logs. So we are 26 minutes into this game. It's equal 12-12. A very slow burning game, I think. Flatline income, just both players trying to trade well and defeat the enemy's team, the enemy's deck. I don't think either team kind of has a like massively late game deck. I think this is more of like they're trying to trade on efficiencies rather than on kind of just late game spam. A lot of the tanks down here have been destroyed though. The ISU's been destroyed, the T-34-85 has been destroyed, the Stug leader goes down there. I mean, they were trying to tackle with a flat 41-88 now, a Pack 40 and the Stug 3G. Definitely the advantage was always going to go in Sehandur's favour. Oh, look at this Pack 40 positioning up here, hitting the reinforcements coming into this town. Sehandur's going to, I mean, Tunike is going to really need to deal with that northern position. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't tried to push back in there, but I think he really needs to deal with it. Especially now that Pack 40's there. We aren't going to see any reinforcements come down here. I mean, we can already see the toll it's starting to take. 4 tanks down. That is a fantastic positioning. I don't know what had territory back here. I must have missed something, push all the way through. So, it looks like Sehandur has recovered the central position. He is 13-11. Tunike has to find other places to attack. And it's a difficult call for him. He's going to lose a lot of units attacking into this northern area, but I think he's got to try and do that. I think he also needs to reconcentrate on the center, but again he's going to lose a hell of a lot of units. These MG42s just firing down onto the town, just fantastic positions for these two machine guns, heavy machine guns. In come the mortars very late on into this game, considering they are A-phase mortars, 28 minutes before they come in. That could be key to start, well, not only shelling the Flak 41, but also the infantry units. I mean, Sehandur doesn't have a lot of units in this centre area. One 5-man squad of Sturm shoots them, one 4-man squad of shoots them, but these MG42 positions up on the hill are really what's helping him advance and keep his infantry alive. I mean, at some point Tunike is going to start pushing forwards towards this leader unit, and that leader unit is bound to go down against another standard infantry unit. Especially once it's spotted as well, because Sehandur will allocate something to take it out. Maybe some artillery. Ooh, in comes the off maps. Ooh, this could hit this entire area. This central position has been so strong for Tunike throughout this game, but it looks like Sehandur with the 210mm off map might be able to take him down. He is going to get through there as well. I was just checking whether he was going to expose himself at any point, but I don't think he will. This off map could be pretty key. It is heading in there. It's taking its time to get in. Tunike is starting to spread his units out a little bit more. I think he's spotted the threat against his leader, which is why he's allocated the 2 Stugs. But those Shootson with the AT grenades could take out this Stug here at very close range. Not quite close enough. Oh, and in comes the artillery. Oh no, it was a bombing run from the Blenheim Mark IV. Does pin down. The Stugs push forwards for the surrender, and the off map is not in time to save that unit. Down goes the other infantry there, so Tunike recaptures that flag. The Stugs are going to push over the hill. Is that off map going to get seen? Possibly if they Stug push onto the road, but I think they're going to stick where they are. Another T-26 goes down. Those that bombing strike was just on time to help those Stugs out. I think the artillery is starting to pay for Tunike here. It's a slow process, but I think it's starting to pay. Don't know whether that off map was called off. No, it is coming down now. The leaders are pinned down. It's forcing the Stugs to push forwards here because they don't want to get caught in that off map. So Tunike's pushing forwards those Stugs. The Flag 41 is not in a fantastic position here. I'd actually, you know, kind of like to push that backwards because that thing can definitely take out those Stugs. Sehandur is desperately trying to keep his off map alive by moving it around the edge of this forest. Beautiful. I love that. The infantry has pinned down as it moves forwards, but the Jakaria are about to enter the forest, and they should... 2 squads, I think, will win out against the Shootson, especially if the Stugs stop firing on that Shootson. But other than this one flag captured, where else is Tunike going to go from here? The south is... Why are these... Oh, did he spot? He spotted the off map. He spotted the off map and it does go down, but 2 Ju-87s invested for that off map. He desperately wanted to take that off map down, but he did spot it and he did take it down before it could use both of its strikes. Nice work from Tunike there. This is a really tough game to call right now. 32 minutes in, ME-109 does strike down onto the Flak 43, get the kill, important kill. And the Flak 41 will be revealed. Is this artillery target in it? Yes, it is. I think Tunike has gained a number of big kills in the last 5 minutes. Oh, we do see the first Nashorn onto the field. Nashorn Nigel. Beautiful skin, kind of like a... Oof. Oof. Desert camo skin as he's plastering the top of that hill. We saw the strike. Oh, let's go see. What did he hit? I think he hit probably nothing. No, it must have been something here. It must have been this. Oh, it was a Nelonin, a Panzer IV-G. And actually, a lot of the tanks have gone down up on the top of this hill. I guess the Stugs move forwards. And Sehandur's trying to counter that with 2 Stugs of his own. He is pushing the Flak 43 forwards. I still think it would have been better to push that back rather than forward, but another Flak 43 comes in. He just replaces his AA. Okay, so the Stugs are opening fire on the T-26. The T-26 is bound to go down, but it does allow Tunike to move forwards with his other Stugs, and 2-1 this Stug 3G does go down. There's another one moving forwards, and we've seen 2-1, one go down, so surely this one will too. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just firing on the Flak 43 there. Oh, crew kill from the Pack 40. Did get itself into position. I don't know whether that's been there all along and I missed that. But it was just in position at the right time. Takes care of one of those Stugs. The other one backs off. It is going to engage in Stug on Stug combat. Who's going to win this out? This is an important engagement between the two. If Tunike loses his Stug, it allows Sehandur to push back in there. His infantry is going to be without fire support. If Tunike takes down Sehandur's Stug, well, that leaves his Stug available to just threaten the area. Ooh, Tunike loses out in that engagement. That's going to allow Sehandur to push forwards relatively, you know, without too much threat. He's eventually then going to invest in a couple of infantry to push back onto that flag. National Nigel still alive in the northern side, but his center area is kind of a little bit weak here. His infantry are right the way up. That Pack 40 up in the north is still alive, takes out 1 unit of infantry. Something needs to take that down. One of the MG42s has gone down in the southern side of Ju-87. D5 comes in to strike the Stug. Let's follow this one in. Will it get the kill? Should do. Yes, it does. It does get the kill. Ooh, Sehandur now investing in the LE FH-18Ms. I think he's realised the artillery is now starting to pay for Tunike. He's pinned down another Flak 43. I think he's going to invest in counter battery here. That's what it looks like. That is exactly what it looks like. I think that was a step that Sehandur needed to take. A second one is in there as well. Although I do not like the positioning of this. It's right on the road. If somebody counter batteries this, it could unload these infantry like on the road in spawn. You want to take it slightly off the road, more like this one. But he's just desperate to get the artillery in right now. It's something I see a lot of players do. I mean, I think it's a little bit of I don't know whether you'll know this word, a bugbear. Something that kind of I always see happening, and I consciously always avoid doing it. But it can actually really hurt you. It doesn't hurt as much as in 1v1 as it does in team games, because you're, you know, there's a lot less artillery on the field to counter battery. But if anything counter batteries that unit, anything spawned in here could get hit and unloaded. Even if it doesn't die, your infantry unloading in spawn then is going to take 10 minutes to walk across the battlefield into a frontline position. So again, the AA has gone down in the southern side. Blenheim coming in and Stug moving forwards. Will Tunike be able to finally pick up this southern area? But another Pack 40 is coming in to cover off against the Stug. More airstrikes. I think Sehandur still has a lot of AA in his deck. Definitely. I mean, he had 6 Flak 43s in B phase. I think we've probably seen maybe 4, 5 taken down, but he had 3 in A phase as well. So I reckon he's still got at least 2. At least 2 Flak 43s left in his deck. I think we've seen all the Flak 48's been used. Oops. Apologies. Okay, yeah, so he has 9 Flak 43s and 2 Flak 41s. We've seen both the Flak 41s used. They've both been taken out. Have we seen all 9 Flak 43s out onto this field? I mean, he's got 3 up in the northern side. We've definitely seen probably 3 taken down here. I think we saw 1 in the center get taken down. That's 4. So yeah, 7 used. So maybe he has 2 left. Maybe we've missed some get taken out. It's going to be interesting. So Tunike finally gets that southern flag as Jakari push forwards, but the Flammenwerfers are going to take them out instantly. But I think that's an indication that Tunike can push into that southern position. Still 12-12. 40 minutes into this game. This is a really tight game. I'm surprised Sehandur hasn't pulled out another AA gun at this peak. Ah, here it is. Here it is. I was about to declare that I think he was out, but he did have one. He did have one. So, I think maybe he's got one more in his deck. Maybe he's completely out now. But if Tunike keeps taking down these AA guns, his bombers might be able to win the day for him. National Nigel falling back. That thing has stayed alive a hell of a long time. Oh, look at the infantry now though, swarming this central area. And Tunike does not have a lot in here. We finally see a double sniper. That will definitely benefit him down on the southern side. That Flak 43 unloaded very early, I think, to try and take shots at that Dornier. But it's going to take that Flak 43 a while to get towards the front line. Oh, and in comes a double Ju-87 strike. I think he's going to try and cluster the infantry here to pin it down. It won't do damage. Or barely any if it does. Let's see. Yeah, it just pins them down. It doesn't do any damage, but it does pin the entire area down. Follows it up with, wow, 1, 2, 3 rocket strikes. The Pak 40 goes down. Although not a lot of damage done with the remaining rocket strikes. They're clearly much better at the kind of thick, you know, infantry gun Pak 40 position than taking out the infantry. Or maybe that was just a one-off. Oh, is Tunike going to push forward for a 4-man surrender? No, the Sturmschützen are back alive. Oh, they are good squatters as well. They could take out. This is tight. This is tight. The double sniper is really going to be helping Tunike out right now. Those Sturmschützen, though, they are coming back to life. They are coming back to life. They are, you know, morale boosting themselves back up. Pioneer Fuhrer, I think, was caught in the flames there. Is down to 1 man. Chikari picks up 2 surrenders. I think he will win this out with the Molotovs. Should beat the Sturmschützen. But look how many men died. No! Those Sturmschützen, man, saved Sehandur's down on the southern side. And 1 Chikari man on his own is not going to be enough to take the position. The sniper as well won't, I think, will go down to the Sturmschützen. Yeah, he's backing that sniper off. Oh, they're going to go down to the Schützen in the forest. He's backing them both into that forest. They are going to go down to the Schützen. So I think Sehandur somehow kept that southern side alive. We see 2 infantry units, infantry leader units, sorry, going down to the southern side. Is that an indication that Tunike might be... Oh! Wow! The plane crashed on top of the infantry units. That was fantastic. Sehandur making a push down up north, sorry. But I think he underestimates what Tunike has here. I think he thinks he's just got 1 infantry unit holding this flag. Tunike should be able to easily, yeah, defeat this push. But Sehandur has a 1311, and where is Tunike going to get 2 flags? It's difficult to say. It is really difficult to say right now. If you look at the units down here in the centre and south, I mean, he has a lot of artillery. Tunike has a lot of artillery. He's clearly got a lot of air units, but actual fighting units, he's got 1 Stug and some infantry. He's got very little fighting units right now. I think Sehandur may have broken the back of Tunike's deck. Unless Tunike's got to a point where he's being incredibly conservative because he's running incredibly low of units. Schützen taken down to 4 men, and they're being hit by this double sniper. I love these double snipers. Oh yes, beautiful. So the infantry coming in is taken down. There's just 2 leaders. They are upvetting that sniper to 3 stars, so that sniper can do a lot of damage. And Sehandur slightly backing off here. He wants to engage these Schützen at closer range, or at least the Sturmschützen anyway. Oh, BR-21 takes a strike at those Sturmschützen, doesn't kill them. Oh, Sehandur is still chucking infantry forwards at this northern area. I think he wants to know, you know, does Tunike have enough to defend? Oh, if these Sturmschützen getting close. Oh, they do just get taken out. Wow, that was incredibly close. Sehandur is just probing right now, but he's throwing away infantry units by doing that probing. By making those probes. But Tunike, look, if Sehandur gets through this these groups. I mean, that one man is going to die easily. Oh, the clusters just get off. Oh, but the Stug survives. And the Ju-87 might go down here. The second one, I think, will pick up the kill against that Stug 3G. Unless it gets out of line of sight at the last second. Surely, although it's stressed out as well. It does pick up the kill. Tunique's desperately trying to kill the units in here, because if he loses this position, yeah, I mean, we can see this with the movement of the Schutzen. His fallback area is non-existent. He has no defense in depth right now. Everything is on the front line. And no infantry is spawning in, so I think Tunique is fully out of infantry. In fact, very little is spawning in for Tunique. I think he's pretty much out of everything right now. We are 46 minutes into this game, only infantry leaders. I think that signals Tunique is completely out of infantry. No more infantry available. It's just how much Sehandur has left at this point. I think definitely Sehandur looks in a much stronger position right now. Picks up a 14-10. I think it's the first time in this game. Maybe right at the very start, in the first 5-10 minutes, there was a 59, I think. But we're finally at a 14-10, 46 minutes into this game. There's 14 minutes left on the clock. It's hard to see how Tunique's going to be able to get back to a 12-12 at least. There is an MG42 squad coming in now. That could be quite key at taking down these units as well. But does that mean Sehandur's kind of low on infantry? Oh, we do have another Schutzen coming in here. Oh, the artillery goes down to counter battery there. And I think another piece has gone down earlier as well. So Sehandur has been using his artillery for a long while now on counter battery. All of it is on the road. The leaders did manage to get into position. So Tunique does recover a flag. It's 13-11 now. I mean, I think he's fighting a losing battle though. I don't really see how he can win this one. I guess he's just going to hope that his air force can continue to take out enough units that Sehandur runs out of stuff. Wow, we see in Ilu into the game in the ME-109. It's going to look to strafe that Flak 43. Won't do much damage, but I like to have a look at the leader units. They do have their own individual skin. Wow, look at this. Look at this bombing strike up on the northern side. Is that AA gun finally going to go down? Yes, it does. Just a huge amount of aircraft. It can't take all of them down at once. Oh, there is another one in here. I didn't see that. Eventually, I think that's going to get strafed. There are about 4 units trying to strafe it. None of them getting any kind of damage done, though. So I think the fighters, you know, they can cause that suppression, but very little damage being done to that AA unit. He's going to need another bomber or the rocket strikes to take it out. Then he's going to be free to concentrate on other units. But there is another Flak 43 here, and this one's 2-star actually. Yeah, forces back that ME-109. That 2-star one may well, you know, save the day for Sehandur. We do see a Dornier coming in. That Flak 43 should go down. Oh, it does just before the bomb's unleashed. Oh, it looks like the Stug's going to go down to the double Ju-87 strike as well. Yeah. Oh, he's trying to... Oh, the off-map goes down as well. Oh, I think that's 2 off-maps. I think that one had probably only used 1 use as well, because it moved position. But other than air units, I mean, he's bringing in a lot of anti-air. He's obviously got anti-air left, but I really don't think he has anything left in his deck. So it's just airstrike after airstrike. He's just going to hope to take out as many units as possible and somehow have more units left than Sehandur, but it's hard to say at this point who's going to win, but Sehandur is still bringing in Schutzen, so he definitely has more infantry. I think Tunike was burning through a lot more infantry than Sehandur has. I mean, let's just think about this northern side. This infantry came in at the very start and has been there the entire game. I think Tunike has made a mistake not trying to push back into this northern position. We see another leader come in, another sniper as well. Ooh, where is the artillery focused now? The artillery is focused on that point. Sehandur has won the artillery duel as well. All of Tunike's artillery has gone down to counter battery. Tunike's done a great job of using that artillery throughout the game to take out the anti-air, but oh, it looks like he is now pushing a northern attack. 51 minutes into the game, Sehandur does have the 15-9 though, so it's forcing Tunike to do something. The Stug is going to take over this central flag, unless it gets taken out by a... Oh, the Chikari opened fire! Oh! That could have been a perfect ambush to take out that Stug. But they opened fire on the Schutzen before that Stug could get close enough. And I think this is the end for Tunike. 15-9 to Sehandur, 4 minutes left on the clock. I mean, he still has reinforcements coming in as well, so it's not like if Tunike takes out the frontline units then Sehandur's done for. Like, Tunike has nothing coming in right now apart from anti-air units. And the reason he's got so many is because Sehandur had no air units. Looks like the Stug will go down. Especially as the Flat 43 hasn't even fired yet. It did not spot that plane until the cluster munitions had already been released. Oh, the AA gun went down there to the Stug up in the north. That one may well go down to the Ju-87 D5. Oh, it's missing. It's flying over. It's missed the Stug. Oh, dear. And the Stug lives to fight another day. The plane missed it. I was hoping to get a shot of that plane, but I guess not. $17-7 for Sehandur. He is swamping the battlefield, and there's nothing that Tunike can do about it. He just does not have any units left at his disposal. Stug is going to get the kill on the anti-air unit. Planes flying around, but they can't reload quick enough. I mean, this Stug, unless it... Tunike just doesn't have enough time either. With the anti-air units, he could take down the infantry, but it's all about killing this Stug. He does have to worry about the artillery. He's going to be constantly raining fire down on his positions as well. There's still more Stugs coming. Stug after Stug. How many Stugs did Sehandur have in his deck? 18 Stugs. It feels like a lot more Stugs have been in this game. "54 minutes, 1 minute left on the clock." Oh, I think he's finally out. Battery Führers are coming down. Sehandur is finally out of infantry. And the Sturm are going to win the game. They are going to reign supreme over the battlefield once more. And Tunike, unfortunately, will not make it through to the final. But congratulations to Sehandur. He will make it through to the final of the Division 2 of Steel Division League Season 2. And what a fantastic journey it's been for him as well. He's played some fantastic games. It's going to be a really tough final, whoever he comes up against. Jack versus Gaspar in the other semi-final, yet to be cast. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you hit like if you like this game. Make sure you subscribe for more Steel Division 2 casts. And make sure you don't miss that other semi-final and also the final as well. Oh, he missed this. Wow, he missed with this one. Oh my days. That Stug has somehow survived so many times. There it goes. It's flying back. I think that's actually probably a fighter. There it is. Oh, that's the final. That's the end. 56 minutes, 2 seconds. Congratulations, Sehandur. Commiserations, Tunike, aka Steven Seagal. And look at the trades in that game. 15. Oh, not 15. Less than 100 points. What's that? 75 points between them. 75 points between the two players over an hour-long game. You saw how tight that match was. The only thing, well, it wasn't the only thing. Sehandur's deck had enough remaining in it to win him through. So, I mean, it wasn't the only thing, was the kind of depth of deck, but because the decks weren't too different, especially in terms of infantry unit, which is normally the indicator of who's got a much better, longer game deck. But I think Steven Seagal's infantry suffered at the hands of Sturm. The AA did a great job for Sehandur, keeping those planes at bay for a long portion of this game. And Sehandur picked up a position in the north that he was able to keep for a very, very long time. Well, the entirety of the game, really. Let's have a look at the kills for Sehandur. Shoots him, picking up 2 Kavari and Jakari kills. Another Sturm shoots him, picking up 3 Jakari kills. And that's what I'm talking about with the infantry trades. You know, Sturm's infantry was trading 3 to 1 here. And that's probably what made the difference. Flak 43 picking up 2 Blenheim kills. I mean, that Flak 43 I think cost the same amount of a Blenheim as a Blenheim. So, you know, more than pays itself off. Oh, look at this Pack 40 here. Sturm, a Stug kill. Panzer 4G kills. 2 T26 kills and another Stug kill. Struggling with my words. It's been an hour. I'm sorry. What else do we have? Black Pioneers here picking up 3 kills. Black Pioneers picking up 3 kills. I think it was that 3 to 1 infantry ratio that really helped out Sehandur. Another Pack 40 picking up a hell of a lot of kills. Shoots him, picking up 4 Jakari and Nostovaki kill. Nashorn Nigel, 1, 2, 3, 4 Panzer 4Gs. Oh, Ludwig Nigel, give him promotion. He definitely earned his stripes for Sehandur today. Man, and that is fantastic because that thing is very lightly armoured. So to pick up those kills, beautiful. The LEFH-18 did kill the 2 artillery heavy howitzers that Tunike had, and then started taking out a lot more as well. Flak 43 here, 2 stars, picks up 1, 2, 3 Ju-87 kills. And then was able to just finish it off. Let's have a look at the kills for Tunike. The T-34, I think that's a T-34-76. Did pick up a few kills here in the early game. I mean, look at the aircraft. one MG42 going down to a JU, one IG-18 coming down to a Blenheim, so didn't really get value for money out of those 2 aircraft there. Another Blenheim, only a shoots and kill, again not real value for money. J87D5, this one did a lot better, killing out 3 Stugs and the off map, so that thing did a nice job. And the Jakari, the first time I've seen like more than a 2-to-1 trade, so 3 shoots in squad, but most of the infantry is trading kind of 1-to-1 here, and I think that was the difference. Jakari did take down a Black Pioneer and the shootsome, but yeah, the remaining infantry was trading 1-for-1, and the airstrikes just weren't enough. Wow, it was the AA unit that eventually took down National Nigel. Oh, and 2-pack 40s as well. Wow. Nice job with that AA unit. I don't know whether they were in transports or what. There we have it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this game. Hit like if you have. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Also check out the links in my description to my socials and Twitch. Come join me on Twitch. We play Steel Division 2 together with the viewers. It's always a great time. And what else do we have to talk about? Well, Sehandur is through to the final. He's going to be up against the winner of Jack versus Gaspar. So make sure you check out those games coming shortly on this channel. Thanks very much for watching. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.